Okay, hopefully you can hear me good. I need to scoot because I don't want to take out my microphone ever. So what we're doing, this is the 18 books I think about regularly video. So these are books, they don't necessarily have to be my favorite, though most of these are. They're just books that come into my head often. This is a stack of the books I own that are on this list. I don't know why this book's here. Some of these are just placeholders because I don't own all of them. Because I don't own all the books that I think about regularly. So some of these are placeholders, often from the same series. So yes, let's get started. So first on my list, let me move these stacks so I can get to them, is Sands of Deceit and Cinders of Glass. I love these books. I'm so excited by Celeste Baxendale's brilliant mind. This is the Bewitching Fairy Tale series. I often think about all the books, especially these two. I would also add Mirrors of Ice also. But these are my favorite ones. And they're really good books. This one is a King Thrushbeard and a Bluebeard retelling, and it's really good. And this one is a Little Match Girl and Cinderella retelling. Both of these are, both of them incorporate spy work, and it's just really fun reads. And she does this great job of weaving in these dynamic characters and these interesting plots and these little bits of the fairy tales in them, and it's just lovely. Next on my list, I have the Paper Mangerette by Kinley Yu. This has some of the most beautiful prose I have ever read, and this is gorgeous, and I really loved it. It was so long to read, but these are all really chunky short stories, but I had such a good time. And I mean, look at that contents page. So many reviews. It was lovely. And then next on my list is, where did I put that one? Ella Enchanted. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It's really funny, it's sweet, it's short, it's a fast, simple read. The characters are fun, the magic is interesting. It's just really good. Then I put on My Happy Marriage. This is one of my favorite manga series. I have the first two books right here. It's about this, so it's presented as a Cinderella retelling. It's more of what happens after Cinderella gets married. Like, her family she's gotten married to Prince Charming and she's getting away from her family. How does she get out of that pain and suffering? And it's so good. The art is stunning, and this poor girl, and it's just about her opening up, starting to love people and to work hard, but to not work so hard that she forgets to take care of herself. Stunning. Next is another manga series. This one is Witch Hat Altier. I have books 11 and 12 right here. And once again, this has a really beautiful art style. It's thin but dynamic, and the characters all look really interesting and unique, and the language's amazing. And it's about this girl. She learns that magic isn't as limited as she thought, and it's about this struggle between, do we keep magic hidden from people so that they don't get hurt, or is the benefit people could have from magic worth it? And it's really good. Then I have Little Birds and Starlight. These are each their own. I only see Little Birds. Here's Starlight. These are two more short story collections. These are by Hannah Lee Kidder. These were the first ones that I ever read. They introduced me to flash fiction, which is my favorite thing to write, and it's just beautiful, and I love it so much, and it's just like a piece of my soul. And these were such big inspirations to me. I reread them pretty often. They're so tiny, it's not that hard to do. So yeah, that is another one that I think about often. Then I put on Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I read this very recently, and it was a couple of these have been, about half of these have been really recent for me, but this is just such a good book, and it just talks to my soul, and I just love the characters and their shenanigans and all that they get into, and like I love how fairies are done in these. They're like scary and so powerful and beyond imagination, and like they don't follow human rules, and that's just like it, but they can still be helpful and sweet, and they just have such dichotomy, and they can be both at the same time, and I just love that exploration. And also I love the characters and the romance and how floppy this book is. This book helped convince me that I love fairies. Then I put Half a Soul and 10,000 Stitches, and I don't own those ones yet, but I do own The Witch Would Not by the same author, and this is the sequel series. 10,000 Stitches is probably my favorite out of all of them, but they're really good books. Once again, they have that really good fairy element, and they're just fun times. They're very romantic and sweet, but they still hit so hard in like the perfect ways, and it was really lovely. This is one of the books I actually tabbed, which is interesting because I don't usually do that. Now next on my list is Apprentice to Magic. This is my favorite series currently. It might change when I do reread, but it's really good, and I love the growth this character goes into. I cannot wait for the next book to come out, and as the romance starts to develop, I think it'll be really fun and sweet, and I really enjoy it. Okay, next I have two books also from the same series, which is Identity and Voyage, and for this I have Turret. This isn't a particularly standout book, but I did enjoy reading it. But Identity is a Goose Girl retelling, and that romance is so sweet. And then Voyage is a King Thrushbeard retelling, and it's about these people. Both of them are about these girls learning to accept themselves and to take on these roles that they've been given, and to learn to enjoy life. And yeah, they're really good. They're some of my favorite retellings. I really want to own them and to be able to hold them. And yeah, Identity is the yellow book, which is fun. Voyage is blue, but that's pretty normal. Next, I have Villains and Virtues, which I'm actually going to switch out for this from Skelton book. It's really good. It's also by Cam Shea, who wrote A Princess to Magic. This is really straightforward, a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. It's so good. I just love it. So yeah. And then I also have Brother Lawrence's Letters. This is really different from everything else on the list. But I read Brother Lawrence's Letters my freshman year of high school, and it was a boring read. It was very repetitive because you read through all his letters, and he talked so much about peeling potatoes. But the impact it's had on my life and how I look at things is really amazing. I have learned about, like, his worldview is basically like, everything you see, do, think, do it for the praise of God and direct all your thoughts to Him, be in constant prayer, kind of. And that's why he really liked peeling potatoes, because it's really easy, because it's repetitive. And so he talked about that, and it was really interesting. Then I have Sister to Beauty. This is a really cool Beauty and the Beast retelling. It has no magic, and this girl, like, she isn't the beauty. Like, in Sleeping Beauty, like, it's always the pretty sister who's younger, and the older sisters don't like. But she is the sister to that girl, and she gets called to work for, maybe even marry, this guy, and he's supposedly really ugly. He's got war scars, and he wears an eye patch. And this girl, blind as F, she sees him, and she can't see his face, so she thinks his eye patch is a black eye, and she's like, I have a proposition for you. I will be your housemaid. I will get your house in order. I am good at that. And he's like, okay. And he's really kind of pissed because he wanted to marry the sister because so that his very ugliness and her very prettiness would, like, average each other out, so then they'd be just kind of like normal. I don't think that would really work out for him, but that was his hopes and dreams. We don't get to find out. And it's about them falling in love. She gets glasses. It's really fun. This was the book I was supposed to do instead of Villains and Virtues. I knew it. Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. I love them. They're so dark and beautiful and sad and still amazing. I love them. This is what I wanted to do instead of Villains and Virtues. Finally, I have Princess Aria. This is also by K.M. Shara, so I'm going to hold up Rumpelstiltskin again. But yeah, it's really good. Princess Aria is really good. It's really funny. I read it a few years back, and I recently reread it, and now I see it as all grading her personality, but it's a fun book. It's fun fairy tale. I love the romance, and yeah. So those are supposed to be 18, but I think it's actually 20 books that I think about regularly. And I would highly encourage you reading all of them. If you're gonna read Brother Lawrence's letters, you probably only need to read one or two, but they're really good, and like I said, there's something that stuck with me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you to all these authors for writing these books and introducing me to these things. Thank you to everyone who recommended these books, from YouTubers to Amazon to family members to my school, and thank you to the places that provided me these books, including Kindle Unlimited, my family, myself, friends. A lot of these are just so fun, and I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to read them. And thank you to you all for watching this video all the way till now, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye!